7:38 in the morning. We're in Ararat. Will's got his McDonald's. The drive-through was a disaster here.
And they just said the FPOS died in the drive-through, so you made the right call there.
Nice, well done, well played. We backed out before we had a chance to get stuck in there. So very last minute thrashathon to get to Melbourne to spend a couple of days there to do some stuff. So going to be a fairly exhausting day, but we're almost there. We're going to surprise bomb in on Brett shortly and say good day. So, and we've got stuff for Mez in the back. All sorts of gearboxy bits. Yep, we're on our way. See you soon. It's like every time I'm in Melbourne, it's friggin' freezing, and apparently summer doesn't actually exist here, so just a quick detour via All Trade. Lots of Falcon action happening. Drag challenge car on the dyno there, getting ready to be tuned. And the best part of all this is Brett's Barra powered, engineered patrol. Yeah, he loves it. Alright, I think we're gonna saddle up and keep heading to Melbourne. Same, normal shit. We're back again. It's been like 500 times this week. I can see a dickhead. Ah, look.
Hey mate, what, you got the mirror out, have you?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
What are you breaking here, mate?
Oh, we're trying to find a pinhole somewhere.
A pinhole? There's a pinhead.
Yeah, well, okay.
Yeah, pretty funny, aren't I?
Yeah, well, you've been working on your routine, obviously.
Yeah. Every time. This is the new TR6060 for when Mez puts the Barra into his S14. Here's another episode of Boxer starting the video with, hey, I'm here in Dean's shed again wearing a beanie because it's cold. And Dean's in the background making lots of noise because it's his shed. We got to Melbourne yesterday morning. Will over there, he and I ran the gauntlet, came over. Dean's been messing around a bit with the car. He's ripped the bonnet off, which is cool. So some other big changes happening again after a fair few discussions, but it's all good. We are making some changes for the benefit of this and the other car. Me, in my infinite wisdom, got all excited and I've put an oil cooler in the car and an accumulator. Decided that's total overkill for what we need. So the oil cooler is coming out. That's actually probably going to go into Dean's VK because I don't need it for the meantime, and it's going to go to good use there. So that and the accumulator, I'll just keep that for later on, because what we're actually doing is we're going to take the fuel tank out the back of the car and we're going to build a big ass methanol tank that'll sit in the back corner of the engine bay and probably go down and take up a fair bit of room in there. So I'm sort of leaving that up to Dean though, because he's a man and he knows what he's doing. So that will be the perfect solution, because it'll be methanol tank there, fuel pump there, and simplicity. You know, if we do want to later, we can just basically put a dash fitting on the top of it and run a fuel tank in the back if we want to do drag and drive, and then it's just full of E85 or something. But yeah, that would be for in America. So yeah, because I'd like to go to America with this car. We'll see. So I've got a bit to do and just getting ready. Also, big shout out to yesterday. I was so tired, so I didn't even want to go on camera really. But big shout out to Zach Baldy and Terry from Demon Pro Parts, because we dropped in say good day and just wanted to get one of their new catch cans for the FG dash 10 fittings. I'll put the video up, but when I'm showing it all, but left there with more than a catch can because they're like, yeah, this project's going to be cool. So here, use this, and this. Also caught up briefly with Matt from GJ, because I've obviously got the GJ tail shaft for this, but I'm planning on putting one in the other car as well, just because the factory FG tail shafts are only good for so much, and the tail shaft's probably as good as the engine was. Do it once, do it properly, as Jason Tough Mounts would say. And anyway, I better get into it because the clock is ticking and we're here for another day before I have to blast off back to Adelaide. Clocking up the miles. Alright, so it's the end of the day, pretty knackered, just doing some tidying up, and I've got a lot of stuff unbolted and moving things in different spots. The accumulator's out, that's just going to be shelved and kept for another project or something like that. Oil cooler's over there, not sure what's happening with that yet, but it may go into Dean's VK, which would be cool. But there's a big hole there now where that stuff was, where there will be a methanol tank, because I've also pulled out the Raceworks fuel cell, which is here. Bubble wrap that tomorrow and take it back to Adelaide with me. So pretty good bit of progress. Going to be able to utilise pretty much all of my hoses, bar the extra ones I don't need now, but just got to change two ends and then we're all good. And this is something I want to get Dean to show as well. These were through Speed Pro, but as far as the uni joint at the back of the tail shaft, the beautiful GJ Drivelines tail shaft, These are the original uni joint U-bolts, and these are the billet ones. So much nicer. So I'm sure Dean will get a bit more technical with them, but I'll put one in just to leave one out and explain what they were. But yeah, it's getting late. I think I need something of the stoke variety, and I don't think Will would complain about doing the same. So you Melbourne, it's cold. Well, look, XC with a Barra in it. Alright, so the old picnic rug here with some stuff on it, and this is the stuff that's come out of the car. We've made some decisions. It's happening, beep, and the fuel cell's coming out, oil coolers out, accumulators out. So what we're going to be doing is in here, when I say we, probably mostly Dean, this cavity here, we've got some holes to rectify on the firewall, bits and pieces. That's going to have the wiring come through it anyway. There's one there and one there, so we'll have body loom there and a loom for the top, maybe just for the coils. But nice plugs on the firewall, so if the engine has to come out, then just unplug and all good. Up in here, Dean wants to put a tank in. This recess is actually where the original water air intercooler was, so that is like just a box in the back of the firewall now. So that in there, we're going to put a little tank in there, which will be an overflow, which just in case the trans temp goes up, it'll just push fluid up into there, then it can drain back down into the trans, which is perfect. And there's even holes there for it to go down through. And there's no pressure in it or anything like that. And if it does fill up for some crazy reason, which it never would, but we're going to run a hose all the way to the back of the car off the top of it, so it goes behind the tyres. In here, this space in here is going to have a methanol tank, so it'll go down into there, which means that we'll be able to run a methanol hose across through into the mechanical pump. From the mechanical pump, it'll have two lines coming up on a Y-piece into the back of the rail, off the rail, and the reg's probably going to come up here and sit right next to the methanol tank, so it literally feeds straight out of the reg back into the methanol tank, which is perfecto. Then that way it's all simple, very basic. I had a good chat with Ant about the oil system, and now basically all it is we've got the oil drains off the block there, which go from the block to the sump. This is just purely a breather from the sump all the way around to the rocker cover. Basically all it is we've got the Raceworks oil filter adapter into a Clearview filter with the Ryco Syntec filter underneath, and then it goes straight back in again. So no more crazy chaotic hoses and stuff everywhere, which I was all excited about, but keeping it simple now. So that's all there. So in the back of the car now, it is just storage space at the moment. So I've got the GJ tail shaft, hoses, other bits and pieces, nitrous sitting there. So next step after the bit of fabrication we've got to do to change the rear shocks and the track locator is to get it to Mitch's, and whilst it's here, so that track locator, shock, methanol tank, transcooler tank, and then basically the plan is for this tank may actually go in the FG, which is perfect. Bits and pieces happening, and just a short and sharp video because Melbourne did a couple of little maintenance-y bits on the trailer. Lots happening, and in a second we're actually going to grab Dean's camera because Dean wants to talk more technically about what's going on in this car. So they me and him chatting and working out what's next. So make sure you click the video after this because I'll put a link directly to Dean's video or to his channel, depending on if he's got the video up. And yeah, lots happening as usual. And I have to bugger off back to Adelaide tonight because I have to work this weekend to make some monies. So yes, because I don't know, YouTube just keep forgetting to pay me heaps of money. Apparently they do. I get this thing, you must make heaps of money out of YouTube. I'm like, no, absolutely don't. So we just do it because we love it. Anyway, have fun. No fuel fault?
Not yet. Waiting for it.
So we reckon this is like, it's got like this fuel system fault that comes up every time you fill it.
It's okay at the moment.
It's like a tank pressure problem or something like that. It doesn't affect the car.
Didn't rattle that time.
Yeah. I mean, keeping in mind the fuel system's 17 years old.
Waiting for it.
Now, wait and see. It might be right. Could be United Gas that's better. So I'm back from Melbourne and I decided I'm going to extend this video because I've had some sleep now and I've got a knife in my hand, yes. Nothing crazy, but I want to just unbox some of this stuff and have a look at what's in preparation for the FG build. All the stuff happening with the drag car, but although back here with the problems with the gas system in the FG. I want to sort of accelerate that, get it happening. A little while off with the engine and transmission build, so we're just going to turbo what's in the car at the moment, which has been done 1,000 times. So fingers crossed it all goes well. Should be pretty fine. So now what I'm going to be doing though is I do have the factory fuel tank. I mentioned that I've got the Raceworks fuel cell there that managed to survive the trip back from Melbourne without getting any damage on it, which is awesome. We got back this morning at 5 in the morning, so that was pretty wild. But and now on the bench here I have a whole bunch of stuff from Demon Pro, which is in boxes here. So previously to this trip I got this stuff out and started looking at it, looking at the turbo, making sure that the factory turbo was usable. Given that the engine was a bit sick, the turbo seems to be alright. I got told to pull out the oil inlet on the turbo and check, make sure there wasn't too much junk around it, and it all seems pretty good. So what I've basically done is I've got the crazy pigeon on the roof, you can hear it. I've got the turbo manifold and just hit it with WD-40 just to sort of get the rust off it, and what I'll do afterwards, hit everything with brake clean, just dry it out. I've used some airflow matter cleaner in the throttle body, still got a little bit to do on that, but that's all good. And also I've got the factory dump there, which won't be getting used because I have the X-Force exhaust which comes with the dump, but I will keep that because later on this combo might go into another car and I might need a dump, so whatever. So that's the plan there. Under all this junk here I have another box from Demon Pro there. Plastic welding gun, which is dirt cheap and off Amazon I think, which has come in handy, and also for some reason the front bumper on the drag car's got a crack in it now, so this will be going to Melbourne with me next time. This has been a big help, and yeah, just a good thing to have in your toolbox. So under here I have probably shown this a heap of times before, but the full FG Turbo Permasil kit, and I've got some spare gaskets there as well. MLS gaskets there, standard head gasket there, out of another kit, but this is the turbo gasket kit. So out of all this one, the important ones that I need in the short term, and depending on whether we pull the engine out or not, because of the fact that it does have a leaky rear main, it's not crazy leaky, so I'm not too stressed about it, but we'll see how we go. But for the short term, more than likely it'll be inlet and exhaust manifold gasket, rock cover gasket because I have another gasket there. Best thing is it does have the turbo dump pipe gasket, the turbo to manifold gasket, throttle body gasket, and a few other bits and pieces I need. Your 2 gaskets there for your VCTs, and then we'll see how we go. But later on I'll keep all this because once a gas engine comes out of the car I'll probably give it a bit of birthday and go through it and put all new gaskets in it anyway. So this is a big help, and awesome working with our mates at Permasil, Fee and all the crew there. So anyway, gonna rip into these boxes here, mind the noise, and see what we've got here, because I just went in, made an order and just said I just need a heap of stuff to get this done. So I was, like the other FG, going to get another header tank for it because they just look crappy after a while, but the people from Demon Pro do and this is really hard doing this one-handed, so let's do it like this. Got an aluminium one there, so that comes with all your fittings and brackets, and then also a cap in there. So that'll look nice because it's a dark coloured car as well, so even bigger bonus. Now we'll get the trusty knife out and get into some of these other boxes. And this is the BK Barra V2. So this is basically, goes across the front of the head to run the oil line across the front. So it's got brackets there, the longer bolts you need, and perfect for what we're doing. Another box here. Now I believe, and I need to get in touch with Mr. Baldy and check with everything like this, but this is a bracket specifically designed for keeping the header line away from the turbo manifold. So smart design, and I'm sure it'll come in handy, so that will be the case. Should just fly Zach down here to help me, to be honest. He's done it once or twice. Another box here. Well, this is a turbo waterline, so there you go. That already comes pre-assembled, it's got the fittings on it and everything like that. That will be going in there. It's got a fitting and a hose adapter and a banjo, so all perfect there. Another little box here, which is the OF Barra V2, which is oil feed line. So it's 2 lines in there, it's got fittings on either end, but then it's also got the little filter as well to check the turbo. There's your outlet out of the block and into the turbo, because on the turbo here we have, as I just showed you, hiding in here, this little bad boy, so that'll go onto the top of that with a banjo bolt. And then last but not least in this box is the brand new oil catch can. It's got all the little drain there, which is super important, but all your fittings for the rock cover, I believe, which we won't be using because it's got welded ones on there. Perfect. So that's going to sit up in the back of the engine bay. Bit sexier than their last one. I even said to them the last time, I'm like, oh, it'd be cool if you could do this in black. So it's black now. I don't know if they did it because of me, but yeah, either way, it's pretty cool. And that's all threaded on there nicely too, so pretty sexy bit of gear. So anyway, I have franked the tank in the shed here, and it's just in here because it's in here, because there's no drag car in here. I want to do more to this car, and that bonnet's only up because I just disconnect the battery because I'm not driving it, but other than that, it's been great. Just due for a set of rear tyres. They've done God knows how many Ks, probably 60,000 Ks, because these are the wheels I actually had it on it before it became Frank the Tank, and I liked them so much I just put them back on because I like the steelies, the, you know, sort of tough steely look. They're still not down completely the wear indicators, which is amazing, so can't shout out enough to Yokohama. Like, these tyres are insane, and they've been so good. They're so good in the wet, everything like that. I took this off-road, got it totally muddy in the thickest stuff without even airing down when I did the shoot for 4x4 Australia. I mean, the front tyres are still fine, you know, there's plenty of tread on them, but yeah, we'll see how we go. But other than that, it's all the sunshine and lollipops in here. Everything's working, it's all good. Battery is disconnected. I put that on there. That's just basically like on those off-the-shelf ones, but it's good just when the car's sitting around because it's on Club Rego. That means I can just do that, disconnect the battery, save it from draining. Another exciting video from Boxer. What are you up to this weekend? Put in the comments below. I'd actually like to hear what other people do on their weekends when they're working on cars and messing around, so let me know. But yeah, another big week ahead, big week of work, unfortunately, because I've got to make the monies, but yeah, I'll try and get as much stuff done as possible. And I've got another idea for a YouTube video. Now that I've been doing this for 15 years and had a lot of people asking me about making YouTube videos and how much money do you make doing it and all that sort of stuff, but I'll have a think about it and I might put that one together for you. So have fun and stay tuned for more stuff with the drag car with Dean G, and yeah, I've already started doing some bits and pieces now that I got back here this morning, so we'll be back over there pretty soon to get into it and get some stuff happening with him, and let's make it happen. Can't wait to hear that thing run. It's going to sound nuts.